Welcome to Darklight Archives, where we'll delve into the strange, the curious, and the morbidly fascinating. Today we're exploring one of history's most mysterious artistic trends, the monsters on medieval maps. Why did our ancestors populate their charts with strange creatures? Were they warnings, artistic expression, or something else entirely? Let's find out. To understand why these maps were so monstrous, we need to consider the medieval worldview. In the Middle Ages, maps weren't just practical tools for navigation, they were visual representations of knowledge, culture, and importantly, faith. Many maps of the time were as much theological documents as they were geographical. One famous example is the Mappa Mundi, created around the 13th century. This map, centered on Jerusalem, wasn't intended for sailors. Instead, it was a way to visualize humanity's place in a God-created universe. Monsters symbolized the unknown, places uncharted and untouched by the known world, and, in some interpretations, by God's grace. Let's talk about the oceans. The phrase, "here be dragons," is often associated with medieval maps, though it actually appears on very few. Still, sea monsters like leviathans, krakens, and serpents are common. Why? Firstly, fear of the unknown. Mariners ventured into uncharted waters with little understanding of what lay beneath. Reports of large, unfamiliar creatures like whales or giant squids, easily transformed into tales of terrifying monsters. Remember, these maps often relied on second-hand accounts, exaggerated through oral storytelling. Secondly, these illustrations served as warnings. "Sail here at your own risk," they seem to say. A monster could mark treacherous waters or dangerous currents, giving the map an air of practicality despite its artistic flair. But the monsters weren't confined to the seas. On land, maps often depicted strange humanoid creatures in distant, unfamiliar territories. Take the Sciapods, for instance, a race of people supposedly found in India who had one giant foot they used as shade, or the Blemmyes, described as headless beings with faces on their chests. These depictions were inspired by ancient texts and the accounts of travellers like those of Pliny the Elder or Marco Polo. To medieval Europeans, faraway lands were almost mythical in themselves, so why not populate them with equally mythical beings? But there's another layer to this story. Monsters weren't just warnings or placeholders, they were also symbols. Many medieval thinkers believed that the natural world reflected moral truths. A grotesque sea monster could symbolize chaos or sin, while a noble lion might represent bravery or divine protection. In this way, maps were moral landscapes as much as physical ones. Over time, as exploration advanced and maps became more scientifically accurate, the monsters began to fade. By the Renaissance, map-making had transformed, guided by empirical observation and the tools of the Age of Discovery. But these early monster-filled maps remain as vivid reminders of a time when the world was vast, mysterious, and just a little bit terrifying. So, the next time you see a fantastical beast lurking on an ancient chart, remember, it's not just art, it's a window into the medieval mind. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the monstrous past. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more explorations into the curious and macabre. Until next time, stay curious and stay cautious.